spooky! We're playing Pokémon Red Halloween Edition. What does that even mean? Well, in line with my other series going on right now, I've done some typing reassignments. Ghost, Poison, and Dark are the only 3 types in the entirety of the game, but it is all randomized. Evolutions also don't share typings intentionally, so a Dark Poison type Abra might end up evolving into a Ghost type Alakazam, who knows? Anyways, let's just get right into it. I pick up Squirtle and name it Wendigo. Of the 3 starters, Bulbasaur's line definitely has the worst of the move pulls, so I knew I wasn't picking that one, and since I chose Charmander for 4th of July to help save us from the aliens, I went with Squirtle this time. Now we found out Squirtle is a pure poison type, which isn't the worst type in this run, and Tackle is Ghost. I made this handy dandy chart so we can better visualize the matchups and what we can look for in a good team. I won't be going for a min-max team or anything, but I will be trying to avoid having a full team of something like mono ghost types. This chart also shows how imbalanced this run is with how many ineffective matchups there are. Yeah, this should be a fun little run. Anyways, Bulbasaur must have heard me outright not wanting it because it knocked Wendigo out and we're leaving Oak Slab without a level up. But that's okay, I spend a bit of time leveling up in Viridian Forest and just south of Pewter getting up to level 12, and then I decided to take on Junior Trainer just to see where we're at. His Diglett is Ghost type, which is great for us since Tackle is super effective against it. Wendigo levels up, and Sandshrew is also a Ghost type. We lost to the Sandshrew, which is fine because now we can rematch him. And I don't really have to worry about losing my money because I only have like $5 to my name after losing to Rival a few times and buying a bunch of Pokeballs, so really we have nothing to lose. We win on the rematch against Junior Trainer, and at level 14, let's take on Brock. He sends out a Geodude, of course, and it is a Ghost type going down in just a few turns. I'm hoping Onix is also Ghost and we can just be done with this section of the game, but it turns out Onix is Dark, resisting Tackle. And it also resists Poison, meaning it's a dual type. Wonderful. I've taken its defense all the way down while it was using Bide, but Tackle just isn't doing enough, and Onix takes Wendigo out. That wasn't a super close match, so I go train up a bit more. At level 15, Wendigo learns Water Gun, which is Poison type. I will direct your attention to the handy dandy chart, and the best thing Poison type moves have going for them is their neutral effectiveness against Dark types. At least it can replace Bubble. I then started thinking maybe I need another member in the party, and I go catch this Pikachu and name it Raiju. Now with the level 5 Pikachu as backup, let's rematch Brock. Geodude goes down in a few hits, and Wendigo levels up to level 16 before facing Onix, our first arch nemesis. I go for some tail whips as Brock loves spamming Bide and gets Onix defense dropped as low as it can before switching to Water Gun. Unfortunately for me, Onix gets a Bide in before Wendigo can land Water Gun, meaning this is probably gonna hurt. And it takes Wendigo down to 9 HP. We're still in this. Onix then uses a couple of screeches, letting us get some free damage off, but then it remembers it can attack us, and Wendigo goes down to Tackle. Alright, all up to Raiju. And Raiju clutches it out, getting us the win on Brock. Now, I thought since Wendigo fainted in battle, it wasn't going to evolve, but I was surprised to see it actually does, just something I must have misremembered from my childhood or something. But I did accidentally press B, as I sometimes do, and I stopped it. Now is a perfect time to say if you want to watch these runs being recorded live and see all of my flawless plays and impeccable strategies, you can tune in to twitch.tv/Sokio. I don't have a schedule right now, but you can follow me on Twitter and I'll announce my streams there. Anyways, I pick up Magikarp and name it Banshee. It's a Ghost Poison type, which is pretty bad, but likelihood that Gyarados is also that typing is pretty low, 1 in 6, so it might actually be a good investment. Plus, Dragon Rage is a really good move, not only for the early game, but also because, I mean, look at the type matchups. In Mount Moon, I actually let Wendigo evolve into Wartortle, and it is a Poison Dark type, which is so incredibly good, resisting every move in the game. I also catch a Clefairy and get Pixie. I don't know if I'll use it in this run, but we'll have it just in case. I eventually make it out of Mount Moon and into Cerulean City, where I face our rival on Nugget Bridge. His Pidgeotto does massive damage to Raiju, F's in the chat, but Wendigo is able to tank all of Pidgeotto's attacks. We find out Pidgeotto is Ghost type, and it's just a few turns back and forth before we knock it out. Abra is a non-issue, Rattata is doing next to nothing with its attacks and goes down, but then Bulbasaur comes out and lands a Leech Seed, so we do need to knock it out quickly, which we managed to do with a bit of health left over, winning our fight against Rival. Now let's face Misty. Strategy here is to just out-damage her because we know nothing about her typing. Staryu starts off with a crit, hits another crit after a Thunder Wave, then knocks out Raiju. Wendigo is able to clean up Staryu and Misty sends out Starmie, which I'm not too scared of because again, Wendigo does resist every move in the game right now. I spam Tail Whip because Starmie is doing next to nothing with its attacks, and after getting its defense all the way down, I get 2 crits in a row with Water Gun because of course I do. Critical hits in Gen 1 bypass all stat changes, making all those Tail Whips useless. And the last Water Gun knocks out Starmie, winning us the fight against Misty. And we get Bubble Beam, which I teach to Wendigo and learn that it is Poison type, just like Water Gun and Bubble. Gotta love RNG. Continuing up through Cerulean Cape, Bills gives us a ticket to the Halloween party on the SS Anne that he's too scared to go to, and I beeline down to Vermilion. I have a Great Ball, so I think about catching a Dugtrio, but after learning it's either a pure Ghost or Ghost Poison type, I don't think it'll be worth to raise it in the end. Dugtrio's already a Glass Cannon, being weak to 2/3 of the game would not help it any at all. So I skip picking up a Dugtrio and instead hop on the SS Anne for that Halloween party, fight rival Valentine who's trying to crash it. Raiju does not get one shot this time, not being 5 levels under probably helps, and we win. The captain dressed up as a seasick version of himself and was giving out HMO1 cut to trick-or-treaters. We get it and ditch because we were only there for the candy, and it's time to take on Lieutenant Surge. He leads off with Voltorb, which is Ghost type and goes down easy enough. Pikachu is Dark type and we're able to out-damage it with our own Pikachu, and then Raichu comes out. Quick Attack is neutral against Raichu, meaning it must be Poison type. It then lands a Thunderbolt on Raichu that it doesn't resist, meaning Thunderbolt is also Poison, meaning it's getting stabbed right now. Wendigo comes out to try to win the fight, and even though Wendigo resists Thunderbolt, it's still managing to hit for a quarter of Wendigo's health with each attack. Luckily for us, the Raichu somehow managed to forget how to use Thunderbolt, and after a few turns back and forth, Wendigo finally chips it down, getting us the victory. We get the TM for Thunderbolt from that fight, and Wendigo also learned Bite after leveling up, and it is a Ghost type move, which is nice to see after Wendigo learns nothing but Poison type moves for so long. I head back up to Cerulean, make it through Rock Tunnel, finding out Slowpoke is resistant to everything and is super annoying to deal with, teaching Wendigo Seismic Toss over Water Gun for a bit more coverage, and find our way to Lavender Town. Now, at this point, I decided I was going to try a different strategy with the team. The fact that so many things are resistant to so many other things, I'm going to go pure offense and get some Pokemon with really high base attack to try and just out-damage everything else. So I put Raiju up in the PC, go grab an Eevee, name it Wisp, and evolve it into Flareon. Now, I'm taking a gamble evolving Eevee into Flareon. It has a fairly limited move pool, and its speed and defense aren't the best, but its attack is base 130, tied for second in the game with Machamp, Kingler, and Rhydon. Only Dragonite has a higher base value at 134. Flareon has one advantage over the other 4 Pokemon here though, in that its special stat is higher, so offensively, on paper, it might be our best option. And I think that's confirmed when you find out that it is dual poison dark type, again, meaning it resists everything in the game. While I'm in Celadon, I go ahead and get Ice Beam from the girl on the top of the department store. That being said, I don't think I've mentioned the rules for this run. Those of you who watch me quite a bit might be thinking, wait, why are you getting overworld TMs? Since this is a randomized run, limiting the TMs the team could learn would be way too much, so we're not doing that. Really, the only 2 rules in this run are, number 1, name your Pokemon something cool, like Wendigo, and number 2, no healing or items in battle. That being said, I teach Wendigo Ice Beam over Bite and teach Wisp Body Slam. Body Slam ends up being a poison type move, which is okay. It uses Flareon's massive attack stat, but pretty much everything in the run resists it. Ice Beam is Ghost type, which was the same type as Bite, so we pretty much just got an upgrade in that regard, which is nice. But enough talk about TMs, let's battle Lavender Rival. Valentine! Let's use Seismic Toss, see how much damage that does. It's about a third. Let's use Ice Beam. Well, there we go. Okay, Gyarados. How do we even determine what type this is? This is awful. Let's use a poison type move. It's not very effective. Okay, so that could literally be anything. I was going for the lottery there. What was that? That was Ghost. Ghost is ineffective and Poison's ineffective. So that means it's Poison Dark? Yeah, we're just gonna have to use Seismic Toss on Gyarados. So that's good for us. We can still use Banshee, which would be nice. What is Growlithe? Growlithe just goes down. What is Kadabra? Kadabra is neutrally affected by Ghost, it looks like? No, not very effective. Okay, I just spammed through it. Poison against Ivysaur, not very effective. And Ivysaur is apparently resisted to everything too. After that confusing battle, I kick Team Rocket out of the haunted Pokemon Tower, Mr. Fuji gives us the Pokeflute, and we head back down to Celadon to take on Erica's gym. At this point in the run, Wisp is starting to one-shot quite a bit, even Pokemon that resist its move, so really the only thing I'm worried about is Erica using status effects and chipping us down. But let's see what happens. Erica time! Let's see how this goes! Let's see if Victory Bell is a good type. That did a lot of damage. Good lord. Alright, Tangela. Resist. Let's go for an Ember. Not very effective. We could get a burn off with Ember. What is that, like a 10% chance? I don't think it's really worth it. Okay, good level up. Flareon was a good play. It being resistant to everything is so nice. And Erica is down. Wisp is really holding its own at this point in the run. That gamble is really starting to pay off. And while I was in Erica's gym, Wendigo learned Withdraw, which will be great for this run. 2/3 of the moves in the game are physical, so defense is a great stat to boost, and we can use it for badge boosting. Leaving Celadon, I head up to the daycare to see what level Banshee is at. I think I forgot to actually mention that I put Banshee in the daycare. Oh well. But it's still only level 15, so I leave it for a bit longer and head down to Fuchsia to do the Safari Zone and grab the Good Rod just in case I need to pick up a different team member later. After all that, I go back to the daycare, pick up Banshee at level 17, and go to Sylph. But 2 battles into switch training the Magikarp, I decide I really don't want to do that anymore, and I go get the Good Rod to catch a Krabby because I'm going to run a Kingler. And some of you probably already caught it. I must admit it took longer than expected for me to realize I can't catch a Krabby with a Good Rod, so I go get the Super Rod from this other guy, and then I catch this Krabby and name it Ghost. I take the gamble and teach it Surf, which ends up being Dark type unfortunately. Dark type moves are special in early gens, and even though Krabby and Kingler are masters at attack, their special leaves a lot to be desired. Pair that with the fact that Surf is an HM and can't be unlearned, and I regret teaching Ghost Surf. But in better news, we head back to Sylph and Wendigo evolves into Blastoise. Wendigo was Poison Dark as Wartortle, and the odds say it won't keep that typing. And it doesn't, but it's not bad. Pure Dark is arguably the second best defensive typing in the run, so that's pretty good actually. And that also means Surf is a stab move for it, which is great. Now with Ghost at level 23 and Wendigo and Wisp at level 39, we've beaten up all the Rocket Grunts available to us. Let's take on Sylph Rival. Pidgeot is an easy KO with Ember, and we find out it is either Ghost or Ghost Poison, so pretty easy to deal with from here on out, if I can remember that. I'm scared of Gyarados for good reason. I start using Tail Whip, but unfortunately that one sand attack from Pidgeot is making it nigh impossible to actually land anything. And after 3 misses in a row, I finally land 1 Tail Whip. But that in combination with some Leer badge boosting Wisp's attack, Body Slam does major damage to Gyarados, resulting in a 2-hit. After another miss, I hate Sand Attack. Legitimately, I might remove Sand Attack from the game in future runs just because I can. Anyways, I do teach Bite over Tackle, and its Ghost type making it a great addition to Wisp's move pool. I do swap out against Alakazam because that one Sand Attack is making everything impossible to hit, and Surf does nothing against Alakazam, so instead I go for free strats, actually get it, and swap into Ghost just to give it a little bit of experience. Venusaur comes out, and this is our first time seeing it. Ice Beam hits for super effective though, meaning it's either Ghost or Ghost Poison, giving us the easy win. We pick up Lapras, learning that it's Ghost Poison, which is great info for our fight against Lorelei. Again, if I remember it. Real quick, there are so many matchups in this run. The 4th of July run was fun, and I didn't really have to remember a whole lot because there were only like a handful of non-neutral type matchups. Just grab a water type for defense, grab some fighting moves for offense, we're good to go. But this run is scary. Scary like Halloween, huh? Okay, anyways, let's fight Giovanni. Nidorino is out first and almost takes Wendigo out because it got so many crits in a row, but luckily Seismic Toss is doing enough and it goes down. Kangaskhan is going to be a 3-hit. Rhyhorn goes down to 1 hit. Nidoqueen takes about half from a Surf and finally knocks out Wendigo. I do a little swap just to get Ghost some experience, and Wisp takes out the Nidoqueen in 2, winning us the fight. And we of course have to learn Guillotine. It's a must-have in every Pokemon run. Leaving Saffron, I head to the east of Fuchsia to do some training. Ghost gets absolutely obliterated by this Pikachu, but don't worry, Wendigo is able to come out and dispatch the scary sparkly mice. And no, we don't want to learn Skull Bash. Wait, no. No, I just taught Skull Bash over Ice Beam. I mean, It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, remember the time I skipped over learning Razor Leaf on Ivysaur? But, I mean, it still really sucks. Like, yeah, we'll get Blizzard when we go to Cinnabar, but for Power Points usage, Ice Beam is just so good. And we don't even know what type Blizzard is yet. Oh well, maybe this run is cursed. I mean, it'd be fitting since it's Halloween. I'm going with that. This run is just cursed. Anyways, Ghost finally levels up to level 28 and evolves into Kingler, and I think this is our final team, as long as Kingler is a good typing. Oh boy. Back to the curse. Kingler is the literal worst defensive type in the run, weak to 2/3 of the moves in the game. The absolute definition of a glass cannon. But you know what? We're gonna run it. We're just gonna run it. I've spent too much time raising it up, and its attack stat is super good. Now, I'm just hoping that Crabhammer is a physical type. For those that don't know, Crabhammer is a super good move that only Krabby and Kingler learn in Gen 1. It has an effective 100% critical hit rate as long as it doesn't miss. In Vanilla Gen 1, Crabhammer is of course water type, using Krabby and Kingler's special stat to calculate damage, which isn't super good, like we've already talked about. Kingler has the same base special stat as Goldeen and Pidgeotto, if that tells you anything. But in this run, if Crabhammer ends up being physical, it's going to be so broken. But enough dreams of grandeur, let's fight Koga. I don't remember when Kingler learns Crabhammer. Should we go for a guillotine sweep? I'm not going to, but I think it'd be really funny if I did. Oh no. Stomp. How did I get such a bad roll on that? Good lord. Guillotine. Guillotine. You don't have a portfolio. Guillotine sweep, let's go! And that is why you always learn Guillotine. Keeping on the trend of using Ghost, I go train him up a bit in Sabrina's gym, getting him up to level 39 before taking on Sabrina. Let's just try Sabrina. I'm going to attempt to get Ghost some more levels. Okay, crit. I think that mattered. Mr. Mime is going to be a 2-hit. We got the flinch. Venomoth, we outspeed. Super effective. Okay, Venomoth's easy. And Alakazam. Alright, Alakazam's a threat. Wisp? Tidewave sucks. Body Slam, not very effective. That's poison. Alright, let's go for Bite. Alakazam is a threat. But at least it's weak defensively, so we can get by it that way. And we get Psywave from that fight, but I don't think we'll use it in this run unless something terrible happens late game. Time for Blaine's Gym, and in Blaine's Gym, Ghost learns Crabhammer, which is Ghost type. Yes! Ghost gets stabbed on this always critical hit physical move. This is so exciting. Keeping Kingler even after finding out it's a terrible typing was so worth it. Let's fight Blaine. Maybe Crabhammer sweep? Ghost Hammer sweep. Let's see if it works. That's 1 down. That's 2 down. Rapidash might outspeed. Does not outspeed. A little surprising to me. Okay. Gotta level up. We outspeed Arcanine. Don't get the 1 hit. Okay. Ghost is still a glass cannon. Let's try... I forgot I learned over... what did I learn over? I learned over, I think, Bubble Beam or something. Let's just use Seismic Toss. Alright, Blaine down. And getting Fire Blast from Blaine, I go ahead and teach it to Wisp, and it's Poison type, and when I get to Giovanni's gym, I teach Blizzard to Wendigo over Skull Bash because what a terrible fumble I made with that, and it ends up being Dark type, which is honestly pretty good. The team is looking really good right now at level 44 and 45 before Giovanni, which for my runs is actually really good. I think we're normally getting to the Elite 4 when the team is at level 45, and I typically need to go train up a bit more. So we might be able to just walk in straight from Victory Road this run. The team is looking good in battle too, with each of the members serving their role, Wendigo being a special attacker, Ghost being a physical attacker, and Wisp is just resisting everything and getting us info. Yeah. Now let's see if we can keep the gym win streak going against Giovanni. Alright, Giovanni time. I am going to start out with Wendigo and just try to Blizzard everything, and maybe it'll just work. He outspeeds, so let's use Blizzard. Okay. Nidoqueen. Not quite a one-shot. Oh no, a para. Let's go ahead and swap out into Wisp. And try a Fire Blast. Alright, it resists Fire Blast, but it's still going to be a 2-hit. That's good. And Rhydon. I don't know what Rhydon is yet. But we will face one in Champion, so let's just see. Poison, let's go for the Gamble. It resists Poison. Does it resist Ghost? I think it resists Ghost. It does not resist Ghost. It only resists Poison. Okay. That means Dark. I assumed that was going to knock it out. It resists Poison, but does not resist Ghost. So it looks like that's Dark Ghost or Pure Poison. Yes, it is Pure Poison, and in the Elite Four, I'll have the typing on the screen so you can see what everything is in the battle. Now, with Giovanni down, it's time to take on Rival, and there's not really much to say here. Ghost just does his job and takes out Pidgeotto. I'm surprised we outsped. We have a very speedy Crab. Rhydon and Gyarados with no problems, and goes down to Alakazam, which is expected. I send out Wisp to counter. Alakazam's Psychic is doing nothing, which is great. And after a few turns back and forth, Alakazam goes down, and Venusaur is weak to Ghost and Dark, so it goes down with no issues, winning us the penultimate Rival fight. Before the Elite Four, I went ahead and did a little bit of training in Victory Road, raising Wendigo and Wisp up to level 47, and Ghost up to level 48. I do still have all of my rare candies, so we can use those if we need to. I'm a little scared taking on the Elite Four because right now I have no idea what typings Jinx, Machamp, Gengar, or any of the dragons are. But only one way to find out. Okay, I guess technically I could catch all of them, or rather catch the pre-evolutions and raise them and evolve them and then find out what types they are, but I ain't got time for that. Let's just do this. Alright, Lorelei. Hopefully we can do this. I didn't use any rare candies yet. I might regret that. Crabhammer almost one-shots. Let's go for Stomp. Easy. Cloister, I think, is going to be a one-shot. Yeah, because it is actually weak to Ghost, which is huge. Slowbro. Clutch Guillotine? Clutch Guillotine! It just works, dude. Yes, we will get Harden. I don't know. We don't really have a need for Harden, though. We don't have a need for Harden, really, honestly. Because Crabhammer is pretty much always a crit, and Guillotine is a one-hit KO. Good job, Jinx. Let's swap into Wisp for Lapras, because we know it can resist everything, and let's go for Fire Blast. If we can get a burn, that'd be great. Dang, that hurt. Okay. This is bad. This is very bad. Let's go for some withdrawal. Lapras is going to be tough. What even is Lapras's typing? Yo, Louisa, thanks for the follow. Blizzard just works. Nice. Okay, we'll take that. We won with 20 HP amongst the team. I think Wendigo is our best option just for his lack of special. I hope this is a good option. Maybe Onyx won't wreck us. Blizzard? The awful special just wins the day for us. Hitmonlee. Easy. Easy. It's super effective. Easy. Onyx. Easy. Machamp. Might be 2-hit. Easy crit. Super effective. Bruno was easy. Let's go. Alright. We want Wisp out against Agatha, I believe. Agatha time. Or should we go for a Ghost Sweep? How many power points do we have on Crabhammer? We got 7 left. Let's try for it. Crabhammer Sweep. The Ghost Hammer Sweep. Does it just work? No, it doesn't. No, it does not. It doesn't work. No. Alright, let's go ahead and swap out. That was a bad play. Wisp. I was hoping to profit off of Gengar's low defense. Was that all her super potions? I sure hope it was. What is Golbat? It's been a while since we've seen a Golbat. Alright, Haunter, that's fine. Oh, we even got a burn off. Nice. No, we do not learn Rage. I don't think we're confused anymore, which is great. Okay, Arbok. I don't remember what Arbok is. Bite is ineffective, or not very effective. Alright. Our last Pokemon. Gengar. Let's go for a Fire Blast and just hope. Oh, Wisp knocked itself out. This might be where we lose. This might be where we lose. Let's go for some withdraw just to get some... we can't do too many. Alright, we're on a timer. Let's hope Surf does it. Nope, that was a crit. I don't think we're going to win this. I don't think we're going to win this. Ghost, please wake up. Nope. Alright, so what did we learn? Alright, so Lorelei and Bruno are easy enough, but Agatha's team is a nightmare, which I guess is fitting since this is a Halloween run. And if you were paying attention, you probably noticed that all of her Pokemon, with the exception of Haunter, were Poison Dark, meaning, yes, they resist everything. So after that defeat, I save and go ahead and use my rare candies. I'm thinking a few more levels will allow us to one-shot Agatha's first Gengar, but we'll see. Crabhammer is the option that just works every time. Doesn't quite work still, but oh well. One down at least. Oh, please don't confuse. Come on, dude. Please hit through it. Thank you. We outspeed, yes, and one shot. Arbok, outspeed. Do not one shot, and we're down in... Taken down by an Arbok. That's awful. Let's use some Leer here. Just to get its defense down. Okay, and go for a Fire Blast. Nice. It just works. Agatha's down. I don't know if we actually needed that Leer there, but I want to think that it helped. Okay, Gyarados. What am I going to do against Gyarados? Let's send out Wisp first. Just for some reconnaissance. Alright. Gyarados. Let's just see what it does. Let's use a Leer. It uses Leer. Okay. Double Leer. Hydro Pump did so much. Hyper Beam. But Gyarados, I think, is going to be his strongest Pokemon. So let's use Surf. Does not quite knock it out. This one does. Crit. Alright, let's try to get some badge boosts going on. Okay, so Hyper Beam is poison, it looks like. Let's go for... I don't know why I was using badge... Well, actually, yeah, badge boost does help. Let's use Blizzard, please. Do some good stuff. It's a one hit, or two hit, but we missed the second hit. I'm struggling. That was a crit. No, it crit. Okay, Ghost, please help. Crabhammer. Level up. Takedown sucks. Because it's super effective. Please don't do another takedown. No. And we lost to Lance. After that loss, I'm wondering if Wisp is up to par with the rest of the team. Granted, it is a bit lower level, but that's because it doesn't really have a good role, so I'm not really using it. So I go into the next run leading off with Wisp to gain some more levels, but after the initial run, and then after I used all the rare candies and this run and using so many healing and PowerPoint items, I decided it's just not worth it to keep training at this point in the save, and I reset back to pre-rare candy usage. So now I'm back at my original level again, and I take on the Elite Four, and knowing what I know now, Lorelei and Bruno are even easier. And after beating Bruno, I now use my rare candies on Ghost and Wendigo, getting them up to level 55 and 54 respectively. Agatha was her usual self again, but we win, and we make it back to Lance. Let's just see what happens. I mean, can't really do much else besides just give it a good old shot. Gyarados is gonna be a 2-hit. 3-hit even. Okay, good thing about Dragonair and Dragonite, they're going to use, oh shoot. I thought they were just going to use Agility. Alright, Aerodactyl, please freeze. Nope. And it doesn't have to recharge. Okay, it missed. Okay, nice. It's level 49. Let's use some Leer. We do resist everything. Try for a Fire Blast. Come on, actually hit, dude. Lance is down. Ooh. Okay, we're at Valentine. I think we won. I don't want to get too excited, but we fought Valentine before, and Valentine was not hard. I think we won. Okay, champion fight. The epic conclusion of Halloween versus Valentine. Let's see what happens. All right, Ghost, Crabhammer. One down. All right, Alakazam, this is gonna one-shot. Yeah, that's just a one-shot. That's just rip. Okay. Let's try to set up a little bit with Wendigo here. Surf. We have to Seismic Toss. No! Stop recovering! No! Freeze? You suck, Alakazam. Oh, okay, we got it. Okay. The badge boosts are all gone. Rhydon's gonna be easy 2-hit. Gyarados, please freeze. We have not gotten a single freeze. Does Blizzard even freeze? I don't even know anymore. Seismic Toss. Okay, Gyarados is down. Arcanine. It's going to be a 4-hit, but it can't do anything to us, it looks like. Alright, Arcanine's down. Okay. Venusaur. Wisp. It's your chance to reclaim yourself. Choose a few Leer. Solar Beam was a crit. We're just going to have to go for it. Fire Blast. Missed. Wisp, this is why I didn't use you. That you did not reclaim your title. All right, Wendigo, it's all up to you. We don't have any more Blizzard. We did it. Valentine is down. Ghosty wins. Yes, we did it. And with that, Halloween is safe and spooky again. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Now, I think it's safe to say that this run was far from perfect, and I must admit, going in blind was a struggle. I mean, I know I've talked a lot about the Poison Dark typing and how much it was a chore to fight, but just look at this list. This is all of the Pokemon in the game that were Poison Dark. Some of these are so prominent in late game, like Alakazam, Gyarados. I mean, come on. So this is what I'm planning. Halloween 2024, I'm going to run this same Braum again, but instead of going in blind like I did this time, I'm going to study the typings and the moves and formulate a plan of attack to beat this challenge faster and easier. Yes, that is a year away, but don't worry, my usual content will continue. Up next in my regular series is Pokemon Red, but every Pokemon is fire type, so be on the lookout for that. And swing by Twitch if you catch me streaming. We'd love to have you there. Anyways, again, thank you again so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave a comment below telling me something, and I'll see you guys next time.